This is a course that involves some learning programming and some learning data science stuff. The way in which I'm deploying AI is by having it act as a kind of 24/7 tutor, similar to what the TAs do in office hours. So the students go to our site on a Hugging Face and ask a question about typically the homework, because that's what they do for office hours. And they'd say something like, I'm having trouble getting started on 2B, any hints, or something like that. And then the AI is instructed to act like a teaching assistant, not reveal the answer to the overall problem directly, but instead give some hint and some kind of guiding question that will help to lead the student towards the answer. So that's one system that I have deployed for the course, and the other is a practice problem generator for the midterm. They ask for a problem, it thinks for a little bit, and then it gives them a problem that they can practice with, along with a hint button in case they get stuck. And so all of that is stuff that, like, theoretically the students might have been able to do with really complicated prompts on their own part, but we just make it easy for them to do things that are correct for the course. Students liked the problem generator more than I would have thought. Fully a quarter of the course wanted extra practice problems, and that's not the number that typically asks for practice problems, but with the tool right there, they were using it and practicing a lot. And the range of questions is interesting for the students. They don't just ask about problems, but they also will ask this AI about conceptual things, or like the intentions of problems. So it's a big mix of things that they're asking the AI. If you have a good idea for what a good problem is to put on a test, you can ask for 20 problems. You don't have to accept all of them. You can accept like 5 of them that you think are good and sort of nix the rest. I would try it. I try it from the perspective of a student, see what a student might be able to sort of get through with the LLM, and I would try it from the perspective of a professor, saying, like, you know, if this worked really well, what would I ask it to do? You might find that both of those are not exactly what you expected, but it's good to have a sort of good mental model for what these things can actually do. I think students are really starting to use LLMs a lot for asking them to explain concepts that they're sort of unfamiliar with. Professors could sort of lean into this and create assignments in which students are supposed to sort of spar with an LLM and kind of debate it, you know, try to take the opposite position from the LLM in arguing something. But they also definitely have to be aware that all work outside of the face-to-face interactions with the student is suspect in that it could be, you know, LLM generated. And so there has to be a kind of shift in terms of grading towards things that are more verifiable in terms of what the students know. Classes that are still relying on just papers and other sort of take-home assignments really need to rethink, like, how are you going to verify that the student actually had the thoughts that they are turning in?